Hey everyone, I'm gonna give it a few minutes and see if people pop on because I can't invite on here, so I want everybody to realize that I'm doing an update on Robert. It has been a freaking crazy morning. People in Polk County are still talking, and I'm like, well, let them talk, and I just started blocking people. So it is what it is. They're gonna talk. And you know what that tells me? It tells me that, they just like gossip. And they think they know things that they don't know. And it is what it is. And they can think those things and believe those things. I got people messaging me now left and right because they're wanting to know how I am and how Robert is and all of that. So, right now, I'm just, I'm all over the place. But, I wanted to get on here and update y'all. I just got off the phone with the hospital, and I talked with the doctor this morning. And I was like, because I'm hearing all this different stuff from nurses, this nurse is saying this, and another nurse is saying that, another nurse is saying this, another nurse is saying that. And it's got my head just spinning, okay? Because I'm like, what the heck? I said, I don't really know anything here. I said, somebody needs to explain to me exactly what is going on. Because I don't understand all this. I've never been through this with anyone. And I don't know what to expect or anything else. I said, I don't understand why he's not waking up at this point. And I said, I don't understand what the long term of this is going to be. And so they had the doctor call me. And the way it was explained to me is Robert had such a bad bleed. Hey, Catherine, that there's still a lot of pressure on his brain. Okay, all that blood has not dissipated yet. He's still got the drain, to keep draining it as much as possible. And up until 2 days ago, he was responding to not commands per se, but like if they pinched him and he felt it, he'd respond to it. If they opened his eyelids and shined a light in it, his eyes would respond. Well, now my understanding at this point is he's not responding at all to anything. And they can't really say why at this point other than, there's still a lot of blood on his brain that's causing pressure. And so this is what got me really upset this morning and trying to figure out what is going on because, he was responding and now he's not responding. And they've got him off the tube through his mouth and they put it here, so he's got that trach and the feeding tube in his stomach. And all of that went really well. They said there is some gurgling in his lungs. So they're upping his antibiotics and everything and just wanting to keep an eye on that. So anyway, I got to talk to the doctor on the phone. And normally these doctors don't get on the phone with anyone because of the HEPA, guidelines. But I can't get up there right now. So, he called me. And he said, how much do you know? And I said, really, I don't know anything. I said, I know he had the surgery. I know what happened. I know what's been going on since then. I said, but as far as anything medical-wise, what to expect, why he's in the state that he is right now, all of that, I said, I have no idea. I've never dealt with anyone that's had a brain aneurysm or a stroke. Parkinson's disease, things like that. I've had patients in the past. And that's one of the reasons why I'm Robert's caretaker, is because I do have a history in caretaking. I've taken care of several elderly people. Plus, he specifically wanted me to do it. And he told the VA, I want the choice. And I want Rita to do it. And if she's not going to do it, then I don't want a caretaker unless I'm absolutely made to have one. Okay, that's how headstrong this person is. Robert is a very headstrong person. A lot of people can tell you that. He's probably even more headstrong than I am. Okay? And I'm pretty darn headstrong. Okay? I'm a Yankee. I'm from Patterson, New Jersey. You don't get much headstronger than that. Okay? And I've got Italian in me too. So, there you go. But anyway, the doctor explained it to me, and basically he said part of the reason he's not waking up at this point is because of the pressure from the blood on his brain. He said it is going to take time, and that is why he had told me 30 days the other day. At least 30 days Robert is going to be in that critical care unit in that hospital. It can take up to 30 days or more for him to wake up. And I didn't understand this, because that blood has got to dissipate, and it hasn't dissipated enough to relieve the pressure on his brain. Then he told me he said, I cannot predict what his paralysis is going to be. He said, I can tell you this. There will be some paralysis. How extreme, he can't predict. Because they already know, because of how long and how bad the pressure on his brain was and is, that there is brain damage. Breathe. So they don't know at this point whether he'll even be able to talk again, let alone walk or anything else. They just don't know. They can't predict that at this point. But he said, this is serious. You know, it is very serious. And I'm not going to lie to you about it. And he said, I just really, at this point, cannot tell you any more than that. We're keeping him comfortable, which they are. And, I mean, when I'm up there, every 5 minutes a nurse is in that room. No joke. Every 5 minutes a nurse is in that room. They are taking very, very, very good care of him. And I'm really glad about that, because he deserves it. And this is why we have to be prepared for when Robert comes home. Whether it's 30 days, whether it's 60 days, whether it's 90 days. We have to be prepared. Because he is not, even if he can just blink his eyes and tell people, you know, if they ask the question, who do you want to care for you? You know, Rita, blink yes, or blink no, whatever, however they do that. I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to say me. I know it for a fact, because the man is just that way. I'm going to put it to you like this, for those of you that don't know. He's had offers to move from here. He could have moved at any time. totally his choice. He chose not to. He turned it down. Not me telling him, no, you can't go anywhere. No, you're not going to move. No, 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 no. Because I'm not in control of him or anyone else, okay? Some people seem to think I am, but I'm not. Robert makes his own decisions. If he wanted to get up and move, he could move. Do you want to know how many fights he and I have had where I've literally told him to get the hell off my property and get out of my face, and even kicked him out of my house? You guys don't know. The Robert you see out there is not the Robert you see at home. Okay? He is that way, yes. Not saying he's not. He's a really good person with a really good heart, and he loves his family, and we are his family. But me and him fight like brother and sister. Okay? He's told me to kiss his you-know-what, and I've told him to kiss my you-know-what. He's gotten mouthy at me and stood up right in front of me like he's going to be some kind of big guy and tell me what to do. And I'm like, you get out of my face. Get out of here. Go home. You don't live here. You live over there. Go home. I don't have to take you yelling at me. And you can bet your bottom dollar you're going to yell at me. I'm going to yell right back at you. Okay? People want to know the truth. This is the truth. Robert and I have butted heads more than once, and not about him going out. That is totally his choice. Okay? About other things. Discipline with my grandchildren. My grandchildren. Not his. Mine. He doesn't agree with certain types of discipline, and one of them is spankings. Well, I was raised up with a spanking, and I spanked my kids. He'd get mad, and we'd fight about that. He'd get mad sometimes if I asked him to take out the trash for me or go burn the trash, and we'd fight about that. You know, there are things that Robert can do for himself. And there's times I've had him push himself. Why? Because he's overweight, and I knew his health was bad. And that is my job as a caretaker, to push him, to try to get him to eat healthy, to try to get him to exercise some. That's my job. And that's exactly what I did. Okay? And I didn't get on here to justify anything. I got on here to tell you about Robert and what he's going through and what it might be like. But I guarantee you right now, if that man could open up his mouth and his eyes were open, he'd be wondering where the heck I am. But I will tell you what, we are like brother and sister, and we do fight like cats and dogs. And I have literally told him to get the hell off my property and go somewhere else. Move somewhere else, because I got tired of his crap a lot of times. I got tired of being yelled at. Never really meant it, okay? But I'd say it just to get him out of my face. Anybody that knows Robert and anybody that knows me knows this about Robert and knows this about me. I don't have anything to hide, you guys, okay? We've had our screaming matches. We've had our screaming matches right during a live. Right during a live. Now, they're probably not on here anymore. But it's happened. Just like me yelling at my girls. I will yell at them while I'm on live. You know, I don't hide. I have nothing to hide behind. And there's one up there, my God, that I can't hide from. So if I can't hide from him, Why would I want to hide from you? I am as real can get. Okay? I say things that offend people every day. Every single day. Don't mean to, but it happens. It comes out of my mouth. I offended a lady with Unique the other day. Because when I get stressed out and I'm upset, the crap comes out of my mouth a lot faster than what I'm even thinking about. Okay? It just does. And I turned around and I had to apologize, for the way I said what I said. And explain, you just don't understand what I'm going through right now. I can't even think. And I can't. I can't think. I can't focus. I can't anything right now. That's where I'm at. But this ain't about me. Okay? It ain't about me. And I ain't asking y'all to pray for me. I ain't asking y'all to help me. That fundraiser that is out there, that GoFundMe, is not for me. It is for Robert, for a room for him, because when he comes home, he cannot go to that piece of shit trailer. That's what it's for. And I will account for every single dime he gets. And there has been a couple of people that have donated. Some through PayPal. It's gone directly onto the PayPal card. Only one person has donated to GoFundMe. A lot of people don't like to do GoFundMe because GoFundMe charges. And it's kind of ridiculous the amount they charge. So, they've asked me, do you have an alternative way? And I'm like, yes, I do. PayPal. PayPal don't charge. Friend to friend, they don't charge. So, it is what it is, you guys. And I don't know how Robert's going to be when he gets home. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know he is going to need a lot of care. A lot of care. And I do know he's not going to allow anyone else to care for him but me. I know that for a fact. And not because of anything I say. When he asked the VA about some home health care, to help him clean, to help him cook, that sort of thing. I don't need to help him with baths or anything like that. But I do cook and clean for him and that sort of thing. The VA said that they could appoint someone. Find him a nurse that could come out and do that. And he said no. He said, I have someone in mind. Can't I use the person that I want? And they were like, yes, you can. But she has to be registered with home health. Okay, so how do we go about that? He did all the paperwork right there. He called the lady, everything else. I did nothing. I did nothing except for the day the lady came out here and said, you need to fill this out, this out, this out. I filled it out, signed this, this, and this. Signed it. That's it. Was the done deal. And, I get paid 8 hours a week is what I get paid. That's all they pay for. And he was going to check into the VA before all this happened to see if the VA would cover any added cost. And then this happened. So it is what it is. And I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Because regardless of what Robert did or didn't do, okay, God has always provided. Whether Robert brought home anything or he brought home whatever, God has always provided. Not always through what Robert did. And Robert did a lot of what he did because he's always wanted to do street ministry. And he's actually ordained. Okay? He's always been a street person as long as I have known him. He lived on the streets in Houston before I met him. That doesn't make him a bad person. It's just who he was. He ate out of dumpsters. That's Robert. And anybody that knows Robert, that really knows Robert, knows this about him. He introduced me to dumpster diving. I never dumpster dived a day in my life until I met him. Okay? And somebody else that I won't mention because he might be on here and I don't want to call out anyone's name without permission. They actually lived here for a while. And he knows the fights that Robert and I got into.
Where's Sophie?
He left because he couldn't handle the roof leaking anymore, and I can't say I blame him. We couldn't afford to fix it. It is what it is. Had some people come out here and they put a tarp up on it. And that tarp needs to be replaced again. We go through tarps like there's no tomorrow, and they're not cheap. So, the roof on that, the only way to fix the roof on that would be to build a structure over it.
What's a structure?
We don't have all the materials to even do that. Have the materials to probably build the frame, but to do the top part, we don't have the materials for that. Like I said, my husband, he's been gathering materials from different jobs and stuff and putting them out here. So they're like laying in the backyard covered up. They're laying on the other property covered up and all of that. It just is what it is, you guys. What are you doing? What'd I tell you? You're grounded in the house now. So, you know, without some kind of help, building materials, whatever, manpower, whatever, I don't know what we're going to do with Robert when he gets home. I don't know what we're going to do with him. We have a one-bedroom house. Me and the girls sleep in the bedroom. We have one bathroom. That's it. There is no more. A bedroom, a bathroom, a kitchen, and a very small living room. And this porch. That's it. That's it. There's no place to put him. And I'll be damned if he's going to go to a nursing home. That would be over my dead body. That would be over my dead body. And I've done some construction work before. Okay? My dad was in construction. I learned from him. So it's not like I can't use a hammer and a nail and all of that and take a tape measure and measure. And it's not like I can't use a skill saw or a hand saw or anything else because I can. Or even an air gun. Because I can. Okay? So it's not like I won't get out there with the rest of y'all and put this thing together. Problem is, I got to have the materials. Problem is, I got to have help. So, that's where it lies. And Robert is going to come home. It might be 30 days, it might be 60 days, it might be 90 days. But he is going to come home. There hasn't been any real complications. He's just not woke up yet. Everything else looks good. He's got a good heartbeat. Everything. He's breathing. You know, his breathing was a little bit too high, and they're still kind of keeping an eye on that because he was over-breathing the machine. They don't want him to over-breathe the machine. that machine is there to help him. And in case he does stop breathing. Okay? So, and Marianne knows me. I mean, Marianne, she's known me for quite a few years. She knows my mom. And she knows Robert, too, I believe. I'm not quite sure if you do or not, Marianne. I'm not quite sure if you know Robert or not. Or if you just know him from Facebook. But anyway, regardless, the people that know me know who I am. The people that know Robert know who he is. And all this talk that's going on in these Polk County groups, well, you people are just talking. You're just talking. Why? To be noticed, in my opinion. That's what it's all about. You just want to be noticed. You know, I don't talk bad about anybody. And if I have something bad to say about somebody, you want to know what I do? And this is a suggestion to y'all. I get on Messenger with a friend that I trust. Yeah, that's what I do. And say, can you believe this person did this? Can you believe this is going on? And you know what they'll say to me? Rita, people are people. You know, don't judge them. Don't criticize them. Let them be who they're going to be. And pray for them. But am I going to go out there in public and say about somebody I don't even know, have never even met in my entire life, and am only making assumptions about, am I going to put that all over Facebook? Why would I do that? I can tell you why. To call attention to myself. It's an attention getter. Just like my little curiosity posts that I put out there sometimes about, I'm a millionaire. Gets people to respond, doesn't it? Gets people's attention, gets their curiosity up. Or, I've got a big secret. And everybody wants to know what your big secret is, right? Those are attention getters. Those are curiosity posts. They work. Don't get me wrong, they work. And I'm giving away one of my secrets, okay? There you go, that's one of my big secrets. But the whole point of the matter is stop talking about people that you don't even know. If it's one of my friends and they want to open their mouth and say something about me, let them say it. Because you know what? We will butt heads. We'll go one-on-one and we will butt heads. But you people that don't even know us, have not really even met us, say that you have a neighbor that lives on the same street as us. Funny, because the neighbor across the way, right over there, we never see. Never. There's only one other neighbor on the end of the road up here. And guess what? Everybody else in this neighborhood is family. So, who's your neighbor that you're friends with that has seen this thing go on and that thing go on and this thing go on and that thing go on? That's what I want to know. And how did you get any information about Robert from the VA when the VA doesn't give out information on veterans unless you're a family member or unless you have a POA? You're not going to get it. So pull your bluff on somebody else, because it's not going to work with me. Thanks, Jessica. That's right. Amen. But again, this is not why I got on here. It turned into a rant, and I apologize because I'm upset. I'm upset because my friend, a friend that I call family, is in a hospital, and we don't know what's going to happen yet. And you people are out there, not you people on here, okay? Don't get me wrong. You're my friends. People in Polk County Talk, the group, are out there talking about this man. That doesn't show concern. What shows concern to me is if you ask about him, ask how he's doing. Or talking about me, his caretaker. You can talk about me all you want, but then if you want information about how he's doing, you can forget that. Because I'm not going to give you no information. I'm going to block you. And I've already blocked a couple of you today. So if you really care about this man like you say you do, you'll quit talking crap. And be more focused on praying for him and trying to find a way to help him. All that talk you're doing, guess what? That's just talk. It ain't doing nothing for him. It ain't doing nothing for him. It ain't helping him. So I think twice when you open that big blabbermouth of yours again. Because this is all I hear. Just like my kids do when they're upset at me and don't want to hear me. They put their fingers in their ears and it's like... And I'm not doing that to be funny. That's what I hear. A bunch of crap. So, anyway, I'm going to get off of here. You guys, Robert's got a long road ahead of him. There is no new news. And we don't know what the outcome is going to be yet as far as paralysis or anything else goes. But the doctor is expecting him to be coming home eventually. That's what I have. That's all I can give you. That's all I know. So keep praying. Yeah, come say hi.
Mommy, I have to bite on something to get my tooth to stop hurting. It won't stop hurting and it hurts like really bad.
Which one? One of your baby teeth?
Uh-uh.
The front tooth?
Uh-huh.
Alright, we'll have to make a dental appointment. Alright, come say hi.
Hi. This tooth hurts me.
That's an adult tooth in the front. Well, don't see, that's probably why right there. You're always biting on things you shouldn't be biting on. You're not 2 years old. These kids. But I guess I did it too, you know. Who knows? I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of things when I was her age. Don't put that in your mouth and chew on it. I'm gonna flip you in the mouth.
No.
Bet me. Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye.